What is up, everyone? Get your CDL. What are you waiting for? Now listen, there's a reason I want to do this topic, because out of the thousands of people I helped start their cargo van business, there's probably been about 100 people, I would say. Because a lot of times, I love driving, but this didn't work, whatever. I say get your CDL. If you love driving, get your CDL. Literally. It even helped me with my business. But listen, if you want job security, like to the point of, and also you gotta listen. When I started the business, I wasn't that worried because I had my CDL. When I got the job that I got to pick my own schedule and have my own freedom because I had my CDL and make good money. That was because I had my CDL. I had something of value. Now, not to mention all the other trades that I know how to do over the years of working. I'm constantly trying to grow my resume. It's such a weird word, but you get what I'm saying. But listen, if you have your CDL, you will never, ever be worried about how to make money. Because let me tell you, these places are fiends for CDL holders. I also have my hazmat tanker, TWIC. I got like 4 other certifications that I got through more in-depth hazmat stuff and other things. Now, the reason I say all that is because if you like driving, and I do too, but that's why I'm glad I'm at a place where I just drive here and there if I want, and it's good money. But that's why I wanted to make this video, because it is the only industry, like when I went to, I think that was when I went to CDL school a long time ago, years ago. They were saying it's the only recession-proof industry. Like, the recession does affect it, but it doesn't stop because things need to be transported. Now, there are people, and I've seen comments about, oh, there's going to be robots doing it, whatever, robot vehicles. There's too much, like when you're hauling heavy freight, from what I've heard, that could be in the future, and I'm not going to get into a debate of that. You can debate me if you want, because I don't know, but what I'm saying is I don't really care right now, in this lifetime. You want to make money, and I hate money. I say that in videos. It's all about financial security for my family, so therefore that's the reason I like making money. Now, the reason I want to inspire people, and I want to hear your story. I want to hear, like, yeah, I went to school, da-da-da-da-da-da. And also, there are free programs for felons and stuff. I looked into that, but then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to spend the $5,000 and go to school. That's what it was for me. It was $5,000. I don't know if it's different in other states. I'm in Minnesota. Went to a really good school in St. Paul. And I went ham at it. At first I wasn't. At first I was sort of chilling because I didn't know what to do. And then I went crazy getting, doing flashcards. And so this is a little bit of my story on getting your CDL too, or mine. What happened was I was at a place, I moved back home to Minnesota. I looked at my CDL when I was out in Florida, when I lived in Florida for a couple of years, and my DUI and stuff wasn't that old, and my record in general. You want your record and your past to be at least 5 years. When I first looked into jobs, I noticed that when I got my CDL. But not just driving record, your record. But anywho, so I came back here, and then I was like, okay, it's time. It's been, like, what was it at that point? Like, it was a good amount of years, over 5 years, because that's what that school told me in Florida. They said, I'd wait 5 years at least, have them all 5 years in your past, or is it 10 years? I can't remember. But anyways, what I'm saying is, so then I came back here, had a job for a long time, did like it, but we did go to overnights, and I didn't like that. And then, anyways, so then what happened was, boom, done, COVID, done. They couldn't work. There was no money to be made. So I was like, what do I do now? So was getting that free money, for what happened. And then I said, okay, I'm done with this, like, free money, less money. I want to go, while I'm getting that, go to CDL school, go psycho, got my CDL, and the rest was history. And I love driving. I do love it. But also that's why the place that I'm at now, it's only driving here and there, Oh, neighbors yelling, I think, at their dog. But anywho, that was pretty much my story. And then as I got into the trucking industry, I saw how they treat drivers. Like they it's like they are fiends because they need you. And then once they get you, then things change a little here and there. And then, but here's the thing. That's why I still say get your CDL. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can make really good money, and I'm sure there's a lot of videos out like this already, but I don't care. I'm telling you from my experience. Every time I've said I got my CDL, ears perk up. Like it's just like, oh, you have your CDL. Even at jobs where, you know, it looks good. You know what I mean? Like, and going from this cargo van business to going back to a job where I just drive here and there, and I get to do the things that I love to, is woodworking and metals, and mainly woodworking, fine carpentry. It's an amazing balance that I'm gonna have now, but I wanted to make this video because it's $5,000 at least in Minnesota. So now a lot of the people that are adventuring on starting their cargo van business, it's like you could now instead, let's say you're saving up for your cargo van down or your cargo van, you could just get your CDL and avoid and let the company who you drive for. But make sure, I'm going to do videos on this. That's another video that's coming out soon about like when you're looking for a job when you get your CDL. And one thing I did when I got my CDL, I didn't let them play the whole, well, we'll give you an opportunity because you're new. I'd be like, no, I got my CDL. Like, yeah, I'm not doing the whole I'm new thing. I didn't say this, but that's what I was thinking. So go into it with that sort of a mind frame, is like, I have something of value that you need. You need me. This is a mutual thing. Don't let them act like, you know, they're doing you a favor by letting you drive their trucks. I'm not saying to not be grateful, but I don't want to get too much into that because that's a video that I'm going to do. But I just want people to aspire, like, get your CDL. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, I don't even understand it. Like, once I finally, because I had been wanting it. I've been in recovery 8.5 years now. I had been wanting it since day one. And then when I was in Florida, I was like, oh, it's been a while. And then I went and they checked my background and all that. And they were like, I would wait still, which was cool of them, to be honest. They could have just been like, sign up today. And then about 3-4 years later, I went and got it. And since then, I have had zero stress about getting a job. Or when I started my business, I was like, if I ever want to pull out, I got my CDL. Like, me and my wife, that was the first thing we said. Because, like, obviously, you know, realistically, if anything happened, and the gas crisis happened, and when it started happening, we're like, well, we got our CDL. And it's a proof, and it's proof that, like, it doesn't matter. Like, literally the day that I got told, oh yeah, you got this, you know, you got your CDL, yeah, we'll pay you that much to drive our trucks here and there, and you can do other things. Boom, done. And I had so many other places hit me up like crazy because I just applied for some, not even being serious. Like I said, we could have kept our cargo van business going, but it was just so simple. Found one that fits and was like, done. But that's why I really wanted to do this topic of, like, I want people to talk to me about their CDL journey. I want people to talk to me about, like, you know, them going to school or what's going on or what's happening, you know, how they're doing, what trades are they getting into, because I didn't want this to just be about cargo vans. And I know but I do want to help people with that, because that is a fun business, fun career, whatever you want to call it. If you're driving for someone, have your own authority, whatever, it is cool. Driving is a great, that's why I like it, even with trucking too. It's just like, it's really meditative if you do it the right way and safely. But there's also good and bad. But I just wanted to do this video quick of just get your CDL. If you can even save a couple $100 a month for a while to get to that $5,000 mark or whatever it is, because I went with automatic when I went to school, because they literally were saying too, like, unfortunately, for a lot of people love manuals. Manuals are dying out. But hit me up. Drop a comment. Have you been thinking about going into CDL work? And now there's good and bad. But the good to me outweighs it because I've never been worried about a job. The years I've had it, I've never even thought about a job. It's just like, whatever, yeah, I could go get a job. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to. If you don't want to, the gas app is in the top link in the description. We got merch if you want merch. Everyone have a blessed day, and oh yeah, keep hustling.
I work hard, I get paid, blue collar all day. I don't get tired, like Kevin Gates, sun up to sundown. I will always be this way, redneck thuggin'. I was country made, blue collars in my veins, blue collar to my grave.